What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at yet another Marvel movie. We are keeping up with Marvel right now, making sure not to fall behind, and keep up with everything Marvel, because, I've done the full Marvel timeline, except for She-Hulk and Echo. I do believe they're the only shows that I haven't seen yet, and Agatha. So, there's stuff that I haven't caught up on, stuff that I haven't watched, but keeping up the best I can with the Marvel timeline, because there is a lot of big shit coming out, so I want to stay up to date with it. And again, Thunderbolts is one of those movies which I was interested in because it does follow a load of characters which I am interested in, which is Ghost, which is Bucky, which is Yelena, and obviously introducing some new characters like Bob. So, yeah, that's the movie that I watched today, and without any further delay, let's get in and see what Google has to say about this movie. So this is a 2025 superhero action movie with a runtime of about 2 hours roughly, but more specifically 2 hours and 6 minutes. Very standard for a Marvel movie, not gonna lie, and it has a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb and 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, and insured in death. Ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes, Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker, embark on a dangerous mission that forces them to confront their darkest corners of their pasts. So how this movie actually starts is with Yelena talking to herself, going on this big mission, and being like, hey, damn, you know what, I'm not satisfied with the life that I'm living. So then she goes to see her dad. Her dad is like, hey, and I would kill to do what you're doing, so I kind of hope that you continue to do it. So she's like, fine. Goes on this last mission. She's like, hey, I want a more public-facing job. Next job, and the call is like, yeah, sure, whatever, you can have that. Just go do this for me. So she breaks into this government lab, and then John Walker breaks into this government lab, and John Walker wants to kill Yelena. Then we see Taskmaster break in, and Taskmaster wants to kill John Walker. And then we see Ghost break in, and Ghost wants to kill Taskmaster. And Yelena is like, oh, I have to kill Ghost. So they're all here to kill each other. And they're all fighting. Taskmaster gets killed. Bob shows up, and they're all like, hey, we're all sent here to kill each other. Does that not sound mysterious? Does that not sound wrong? And Ghost can't phase out because of a sound barrier, and they all work out to stop the sound barrier and break out of this place together as a team. They get out, they fight an army, Bob sacrifices himself, they meet up with the Red Guardian, and they meet up with Bucky as well, and Bob then gets kidnapped to basically just be this super soldier, and he gets changed. They go meet him in the Avengers Tower, and they fight him. He beats the living shit out of them all, and then he gets shut down by the main villain, and he turns into the Void, and he turns New York City into a Void. All of our Thunderbolts get trapped in the Void, where they're shown their worst, darkest memories, and then they help Bob escape, face his Void, face his darkness, and basically become the New Avengers, which is literally what they're called, the New Avengers, and it's put on cereal boxes, and the Red Guardian is taking it much better than anybody else. Sam Wilson isn't happy that they're taking the name Avengers and for it, and then something breaks the dimensional barrier and comes into their dimension from space, and it's the Fantastic Four. So that's very, very exciting. But everybody's hair in this movie, especially Bucky's, is quite tragic, I'm going to be honest. All the trims are quite tragic. Taskmaster also gets killed within the first 4 minutes of her being on screen. All this promotional material, all this promotional stuff with Taskmaster on it, fucking pointless. She had one line in the movie, one fucking line, which I'm pretty sure was "don't get in my way," and bang, shot straight through the fucking dome, straight through the fucking skull. Bang, the dirt is gone. Taskmaster was no point being in this movie. I thought they were going to do a little bit of a redemption for how shit they treat Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie. Nope, straight fucking one-shot dead, gone. No need to have her here. No point having her in the promotional material, because they genuinely just killed her off. Yes, we knew she was going to die, but I did not expect her to die within the opening fucking... well, not the opening minute, but her opening 4 minutes, of what she had of screen time. Holy fucking shit, that was insane. The amount of screen time she had was fucking brutal. This movie did tackle a lot about mental health,
And I really enjoyed that because we had Bob, who wasn't doing the best mentally, saying that he had this void. There was some days that were really, really bad where he'd black out and not remember anything, and how he just felt like he wasn't good enough, how he didn't belong, he had no one there to support him, and how he actually did try and like take his own life at some point, which I thought was really good messaging and really good story to get out there into like the mainstream and to the public, and to try and obviously normalize talking about it, which I have seen a lot of people on TikTok try and do, like normalize talking about it and to like get it out there. And obviously, we have Yelena, who's going through similar problems, not feeling good enough, not sure where she wants to go with her life, having no one, sitting doom scrolling on her phone, not feeling good enough, not feeling like she's like making the most of her time, feeling alone because she's lost her sister and her mother, and her father hasn't been speaking to her in years. So she does have that sort of upset, that like loneliness, and she says like the best thing to do is push it all down and bottle it all up. And then towards the end of the movie, she learns that she's not alone, and then she has her found family in the Thunderbolts, which is a little cringy, a little bit cheesy, a little bit like plain, and could have been a little bit more exciting. But you know what? I don't mind. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was cool. And they all come together to help Bob, to show Bob that he's not alone and that they're always going to be there for him, which I like. I thought that was really nice. A little hook to end the movie on as he was like being consumed by the darkness. They stopped that. I thought that was really sweet, and I thought that was really cool. And again, with Bob having these three sides to him, which is like the Century, which is the big superhero one, and I am classing that as a different Bob because he felt like a god. He definitely changed from the first Bob that we saw. Like, he felt so powerful, so godlike, and he went mad with power. So I'm classing that as a different Bob to normal Bob, who was like, you know, just a kind soul, a lovely soul, who just wanted to be there and was happy just to like, you know, talk to these people and to have friends and someone there to look after him. And he was quite like comedically timing with calling John Walker an asshole, which I quite enjoyed because John Walker is an asshole. He was correct in that statement. And you know, this movie does have its comedic moments which do and can undermine the other messages of the movie, but I feel like they did a decent balance this time around rather than like the normal Marvel movie, like undermining of everything for a little bit of comedy. I thought they did a decent balance here, and again, did a really good job at talking about mental health and like some of the feelings about it and some of the like themings of it with the void, how like sometimes you feel like you're better off, you know, people are better off without you and shit like that. I thought that was really good, and like messages and like speaking about different types of mental health. I thought that was really good, and the characters again were also really cool. And again, all of them had their own issues which they were dealing with John Walker feeling like a failure of a dad and being all hung up on being a crappy Captain America and having people talk shit about him online. We have the Red Guardian feeling alone and not good enough, and like no one wants him, as well as like similar to Yelena, but like he has it worse because like Yelena's still got a job and doing what she really isn't enjoying, but that's what the Red Guardian wants. That's what the Red Guardian wants to do. So he's kind of like forcing Yelena and like living through her. Bucky, I don't really know what Bucky's going through. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure he's already dealt with all of his stuff. And Ghost, I don't really know what she's going through. But you know, they're all screw ups, they're all fuck ups. It's like the Suicide Squad, but for Marvel. And I'm gonna be honest, I enjoyed this movie. It is like a decent, really peak Marvel movie. Peak Marvel is back. This one had me in tears. I was crying at this movie. This movie did have me very sad and very upset. So, you know, we love a good movie that makes us cry. We love a good movie that makes us feel emotions. The action sequences were actually really good. Yelena jumping off a building and, like, jumping through, like, flying objects. I do believe the actress actually did. I believe she actually came out and said that she actually did those things, and she was very proud of herself and very happy that she went through with it and actually did all these things. But I'm not too sure if she actually did or not. I know she definitely jumped off the tallest building in the world and like skydived, but I don't know if she did the last one. That could have been like misinformation, but it was really good how they all met each other as well. I thought that was really cool. It felt like a nice flow, like a nice sort of ease into the group instead of being introduced to everybody all at the same time. We had them slowly build up as a group, which I really enjoyed and thought was a much better idea than just having everybody all show up at the same time. And yeah, they all are very similar in superhero ability. I'm going to be honest, they all do just have guns, and they are all just like fist fighters. None of them have real any superpower. We obviously have 3 super soldiers in the form of John Walker, Bucky, and Red Guardian, so they all have super strength, and like, you know, they don't take damage as easy, but like, Yelena is just a specialized assassin. Like, she isn't as strong, she isn't as fast as the others, and then Ghost can just like phase through shit. So it does feel like their powers aren't like as well rounded as the Avengers are, but they're still a good team. They still have a decent time together, and they still manage to do everything they're supposed to, which is great and works out for them. But other than that, I don't really have much else to say about the Thunderbolts. I really did enjoy this movie. I am upset that Lego didn't get a set for these because I thought it'd be really cool, and I do believe I am getting the Hot Toys of Yelena because, again, I really enjoyed this movie and I really liked his characters. So I want to get Bucky, Yelena, and Bob as Hot Toys collectibles because they are some of the best characters from this movie, and they will go nicely with my Jinx, Rocket, Spider-Punk, and Prowler Miles Morales. So other than that, let me know what you guys think about this movie. I think it's a solid like 9 out of 10, and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, bye-bye.